This is Ruth Ann McKinnon. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to film for you a perfume haul. These are the bottles of fragrance that I've picked up over the last few weeks. And I'm going to start with, I believe it's five new purchases. And then I have 3 backup bottles that I've newly purchased that I will briefly cover as well. So I'm just going to get started. The first fragrance I have is a fragrance by Armaf. This one is called Italiano Donna. All right, I knew there was more to the name. All right, what do you say about the bottle? The bottle's, kind of got this pleather. It's got a cheap cap, but that's kind of the way it is with Armaf. This is a dupe for Dolce & Gabbana Perfume Intense. And that is a fragrance that I have had on my wish list for well over a year, but I've not pulled the trigger on it because of its expense. This bottle I got for just under $30. This opens with a burst of citrus. You get some orange blossom in there and a mixture of florals. And in the base, there's this beautiful sweet tonka, vanilla, sandalwood, and musk. And I would say out of all of those, sandalwood is the most prominent. It's a real dark, sexy, beautiful fragrance. I'm really glad that I have it. And I would say if you've been looking at the D&G Perfume Intense and the prices put you off, this one is definitely worth it. And it lasts a good 6-7 hours on skin. Absolutely beautiful. Worth every penny for this dupe. And a really good dupe at that. All right. Next up, I have, this is called Takad. You can see. Now, this is not a full bottle. I actually found this at a thrift store recently. This is by the house of Rochas, and this is beautiful. Now, I had seen this covered by another reviewer quite a while ago, and she really liked it too. And I thought, all right, I'm going to put that on my wish list. And then I came across it at the thrift store, and I'm going to show you the price. Here's $1.99 at Goodwill. Yeah, Goodwill. Anyway, and the top doesn't quite fit on there correctly. Oh no, I guess it does. I just didn't have it on there all the way. My bad. Anyway, this was released by the House of Rochas in 1994. It is an amber floral. There is a geranium freesia and bergamot in the opening, and then there's a whole bunch of florals in the base. Rose, iris, orchid, magnolia. Now what I'll say is in the mid, all of those florals, I don't pick out anything in particular. It's more like a floral bouquet. Nothing in particular. I don't pick out the jasmine, the magnolia, nothing. Just a beautiful floral, well blended. But the most beautiful thing about this is the base. Vanilla, amber, patchouli, musk, and cedar. This is absolutely gorgeous. This could easily become one of my top 10s of all time. It's got everything going for it. It is beautiful smelling, especially that dry down. It is inexpensive. And I'm not just talking about what I paid for it at the thrift store. I'm talking about a full-size bottle on eBay is around 20 bucks. So I'm definitely going to be picking up one now that I've tried it. It also lasts like crazy. So I spray this on my hand, which is how I initially test all perfumes. And then I just wear it throughout the day and smell it and see how long it lasts. This lasted through my doing dishes, getting my hands wet, doing housework. And that is always a sign of a perfume that's extremely well made and will last. So this is a good 8 hours. It's extremely beautiful. It's a sensual, grounded, very ladylike scent. This is the definition of a cozy perfume, a warm hug, a fuzzy sweater, all of those things that you could call a perfume that make it warm and beautiful and cozy. This is. Lasts a good 7 to 8 hours, and as long as this is available, I'm going to have this. This is absolutely a winner that I highly recommend. And out of all of the ones I'm presenting today, this is my favorite, and this is the one I most highly recommend. And once I've had more wears, I plan to do a full review. Okay? I'm going to move on to the next one so I don't just keep talking about the same one for a really long time. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the package of this next one. This is by Haramain, Laventure Femme. So this is supposed to be a dupe for Creed Aventus for Her. And whenever I hear about a fragrance that dupes a very expensive perfume that I can get really cheap and that lasts, I pick it up. And this fragrance definitely fits the bill there. So this was released by Haramain in 2017. This is a fruity floral. Again, it's a dupe for Aventus for Her by Creed. What I get in the top of this fragrance is a real burst of citrus. It's supposed to have a pineapple note. I don't really pick out pineapple. It's not a real juicy pineapple. It's more of just a burst of citrus with blackcurrant and berries. And then in the mid is a real woody cedar kind of a scent. And in the base is musk, amber, sandalwood, and vanilla. Somewhere in the life of this fragrance, I get black tea. And it's probably the woody cedar notes in the mid mixed with the sandalwood. And I love it. It's just gorgeous. There's this beautiful, sweet black tea that's not sugary. It's very classy. This is a fragrance you could wear to a party. You could wear it clubbing. You could also wear it to a polo club at a swanky country club kind of a place. And you would fit in just fine, because, I mean, it makes sense. If it's duping Creed, it would be a classy scent. So this is slightly smoky. It's definitely heavy. This is the kind of fragrance I would wear with a black sweater, you know, when I wanted to feel a little mysterious. Date night, you know, and because of those citrus openers, you could wear this any time of year. I mean, honestly, I haven't had enough wears on this to really give it a thorough review, but it is, what I can tell you is it's beautiful, it lasts, and it's not that expensive. Now this one was probably more in the $40, $45 range. I'm going to be honest with you. This one was a little more expensive than I usually spend on a perfume. Usually I make my husband buy me the expensive ones for special occasions. This one I bought myself, but it is really nice, and I do recommend it. It's beautiful. I'm going to move on to the next one. All right, this one is a celebrity scent. This is Katy Perry's Mad Potion. All right, so I'll tell you, I read in a comment section, someone had said that this was their favorite vanilla fragrance, and I'm just kind of newly getting into vanilla a bit as a fragrance. I'm really more of a sandalwood musk person, but who doesn't like a good vanilla, right? So I thought I'd give this a try. It was only $9 for a full 300 ml. This Mad Potion here is a fruity sweet vanilla fragrance, and it's technically classified as an amber vanilla. Again, I don't know if I mentioned it. It came out in 2015. It's very linear. It's sweet. It's a sweet vanilla. I mean, that's really all I can say. It doesn't perform very well, and that's probably why the price was so low. Maybe 30 minutes. It's more like a body spray. So I can't recommend it. I'm going to wear it a few times, check it out a little more, maybe use it for layering. I may demote it to being a bedding spray. We'll see. But anyway, it's a pretty bottle, and it was, you know, I don't know. Impulse buy. Wouldn't buy it again because the performance is so bad. Can't recommend it. Next up is another one by Issey Miyake. I've really been enjoying this house lately. This one is called Pleats Please Low. So there's several in this line of Pleats Please. It's not easy to say, obviously. So this one was released in 2013. It's a floral woody musk fragrance. It has rose in the top, neroli and rose in the mid, pink pepper, white musk, cedar, and patchouli in the base. This, I'm going to tell you, is somewhat similar to Believe by Britney Spears. So Believe by Britney Spears is one of my favorite celebrity fragrances of all time. If you took Please Please and you took out all the notes except for patchouli, right? you would have Believe by Britney Spears. So these are similar. I'd say they're about 50% the same fragrance. They both last really well, about 6 to 8 hours. This one's a little more interesting, a lot more complex. This is a much simpler version, also less expensive. But what I would say is if you liked one, you would definitely like the other. So this is kind of a peppery, fresh, weightless, light. These are words I would use to describe the florals in the opening quickly dry down to this fresh, clean patchouli, and that's a little peppery. That's how I would describe it. A white musk, peppery, neroli, woody. It actually has a life cycle to it, so it's not linear. It does develop on the skin. It's very pretty, not very expensive, and I really do recommend it. Issey Miyake does a really good job on their fragrances. This one is no exception. All right, next up, I'm going to have for you 3 of my backup bottles. So these are repurchases. I shouldn't say, actually, I went through a whole bottle of this, and this is my repurchase, so maybe that's not a backup bottle. Anyway, this is Britney Spears Fantasy, Circus Fantasy. So you would say, you know, what is a 53-year-old woman doing buying Circus Fantasy? Well, I tell you, I love Britney Spears perfumes. I'm not ashamed to say it. I think they're beautiful, girly, sweet. This is like the original Fantasy, but it's heavy in the apricot blossom in the opening, which is gorgeous. And then there is this cedar woody note in the base that really reminds me of wood shavings or sawdust. So what I'm thinking is because I don't know, I'm guessing, it's Circus Fantasy. Maybe, you know, the circuses used to always have these wood chip floors. They would throw them all over the floor of the circus tent, and so the whole circus tent when I was a kid would smell like that. And this mimics that. And it's beautiful. Out of all the Fantasy line, this is really my third favorite. I like the original. I like Hidden Fantasy. I like Rochas Femme. I like them all, but this one is gorgeous. And I used up the whole bottle, a full-size one, and I've been without it now for several months, and I've been craving it. And sometimes for Lent, I'll give up sweet perfumes. And usually on the day after Easter, I will lavish myself in this because it's one of the sweetest perfumes that I've ever owned. And it's just gorgeous. So I've heard a lot of other reviewers dunk on this, say it's really juvenile, it's the youngest of all of them, it's got a tacky bottle, whatever. Whatever. I love this. It's beautiful. And even if you're a grown woman, don't be afraid to give this a try. Absolutely beautiful. If you like sweet perfume and you like apricot blossom, this is actually very unique, and it lasts for a good 6 to 8 hours. If I spray this on before bed, I'll still smell it in the morning. All right. Anyway, enough going on about this, but I love this. Next up, I have Paul Sebastian Casual. Now this is actually a backup bottle. I had bought a tester bottle. This is beautiful. This is a Lily of the Valley white musk fragrance. And the way the two notes along with pepper blend together give it a real feeling of hyacinth. So I have perfumes that are heavy in the hyacinth. This one is Lily of the Valley, but because of the way it's blended, to me, this really smells hyacinth. So, and it's very clean white musk. This is the perfect definition of a white, crisp white t-shirt, iron shirt. You know what I'm talking about. If you're putting on you just picked up your white shirts from the dry cleaner and they are crispy clean. You know what I'm talking about. This is the perfect kind of scent to wear with that. Great in the summer, lasts a good 4 to 6 hours. White musk bomb. Really, really beautiful, inexpensive, highly recommend. And I have one left. This one is still in the box. This is by LaMuse, which is a Middle Eastern company, and it's called Rich Lady. Now, I had hauled a bottle of this, I don't know, a while ago, and I liked it so much love this perfume. That I bought another bottle immediately. I have had both of these shipped from India for $17, including shipping. So you can see I still have my first bottle, and then now I've got a backup bottle. Now, this is a dupe for Lady Million, and this is the original Lady Million, and this is gorgeous. So this is just a warm, sweet vanilla with amber. Absolutely beautiful, buttery, warm, cozy, comforting. In fact, this is comfort in a bottle. If I were going to say, Erin, or someone were to say to me, hey, Ruth Ann, what is the most comforting scent in your collection? I would say this one right here. And $17, you just can't beat it. And it lasts, it could last better. I'm pretty sure that Lady Million performs better, but this one I still get a good 5 hours from. 5 hours isn't bad. Most modern fragrances are 4 hours if you're lucky. That's considered good performance nowadays. So anyway, that is my haul. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.